I'd like to go ahead and call the special General Administration and Personnel Committee for May 18th, 2020 at 7 o'clock p.m. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Present.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Present.
Trustee Stanton,
Present.
Trustee Newell,
Present.
Trustee Palafis,
Present.
Trustee Gator,
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Thank you. We do have a quorum. We have two items under new business. Number one is to request consideration of an ordinance continuing the declaration of a local state of emergency.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second. Mr. Norris, would you like any comments?
It's just because of the timing of our meetings. The mayor's proclamation and the past ordinance that was approved went through the end of May. Our next meeting is not until June 1st. We didn't want to have a gap in the declaration because we were concerned about disqualifying ourselves for reimbursement. And so what we did is did it a month from today, or actually it'd be a month from tomorrow. So it's the Tuesday after the June 15th board meeting or the 16th. And that would give us the time to see what the governor does and the state of Illinois does, especially since legislature is going to be in session. And there's also a provision that indicates that the mayor can declare the state of an emergency over as well if it falls in line with what the state is doing. So we just wanted to make sure that we had our dates covered.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, I don't hear anything, so we do have a motion and a second. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis,
Aye.
Trustee Gator,
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion has been passed. Item number 2, request approval of a resolution seeking immediate modifications to the Restore Illinois plan to reopen businesses and resume civic activity.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second. Mr. Norris, any more comments?
Not really. I think the staff report is explanatory. We believe that by changing the regions back to the emergency medical regions, that by disconnecting our area from the city of Chicago, that we would have a chance to move through the phases of the Restore Illinois plan at a little quicker pace.
Trustee Arnett, this is Mayor McLeod.
Yes, Mayor.
All we're doing is asking the governor to go back to the 11 emergency medical districts. Nobody's defying the governor. No, we're just asking him respectfully would consider doing that because we do believe we could reopen sooner.
So going from the 11 to the, going from the 4 to the 11.
Yes.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions, concerns? Okay, seeing, or actually hearing none.
I should,
do have a motion
I do
and a
have a
second.
concern. Sorry, I should add
Yes,
something.
Trustee Stanton.
My concern is section 3,
Okay.
whether we should be urging the governor to do anything other than what he's already done. I don't know if it's in our, I mean, we can ask, but I don't, I
Are you
just
talking
have a
about-
question as to whether or not restaurants should be in phase 3.
Yeah, so the operational words there are develop workable precautions, operational restrictions, and reasonable guidelines and controls. There are communities around us, and Trustee Gator has asked us to look at this, and we plan to come to committee on June 8th with it, that if you were able to put them outside and socially distance them, that you would minimize the potential impact. So not so much restaurants inside, but as with appropriate social distancing. And again, this resolution is exactly the same as the one that was passed by the municipal conference, but if the board wants to eliminate section 3, that's up to the committee to make that recommendation to the board.
Okay, does anybody else have any questions?
Is Trustee Stanton putting that in as a motion?
I will if you want me to.
If you put it in, I'll second it.
I'll put it
I
in.
just, I have concerns just like you do in regards to, I know our businesses are hurting quite a bit, but we also have to keep in mind our residents. And I just want to make sure that we're not eliminating the scientific approach to this, making sure that it is a safe time to reopen.
I'll make a motion that we remove section 3 from the resolution.
Okay, do we need to back
second it.
out of the original motion?
This is
Or
technically
just make-
a motion to amend the original motion.
Right.
So this one has to be voted on first, Trustee Arnett.
Okay. So we do have a motion and a second for the original request.
No,
No, this would be for the amendment.
Yes, we do have for the original.
We have yes.
Right, but the
Yeah.
motion to amend takes precedent over the original motion.
Correct.
So you have to vote on the motion to amend first.
First. Okay, got it. Okay, so we do have a motion and a second for the amended for item number 2. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Mills,
aye.
Trustee Stanton,
Aye.
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis,
Aye.
Trustee Gator,
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Okay, that motion has been passed. Now we need to redo the motion for the original request.
No, now the main motion was amended. Now you're voting on that motion as amended.
Okay, do we have a motion and a second for that?
Yes.
Yes, there was.
There's a motion
Yes,
and a
you did.
second. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Aye.
Trustee Stanton,
Aye.
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis,
Aye.
Trustee Gator,
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion has been passed. May I have a motion for an adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and adjournment. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Arnett,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Mills,
Aye.
Trustee Stanton,
Aye.
Trustee Newell,
Aye.
Trustee Palafis,
Aye.
Trustee Gator,
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Thank you. The motion has been passed. We are adjourned.
Good evening. I would like to call the Special Public Work and Utility Committee to order on May 18, 2020. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Newell,
Present.
Vice Chairman Gator,
Present.
Trustee Palafis,
Present.
Trustee Mills,
Present.
Trustee Stanton,
Present.
Trustee Arnett,
Present?
Mayor McLeod.
Present.
Okay, we have a quorum, and under new business, we have one item. It is a request board authorization for change order to the existing 2019 contract with Baxter Woodman Engineers, which is out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, for additional engineering services for rehabilitation of the Chippendale Sanitary Sewer Lift Station in an amount not to exceed $11,320.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Mr. Norris or Mr. Neville, do we have any comments?
Yes, Trustee Newell. The reason for this change order, we originally came to the board and the project was going to be rehabilitation of the existing dry wet well station at Chippendale. The reason we went with the dry wet well station as opposed to a submersible was because of the short window of construction time that we had with the school. We only had 2 months of time between when the school ended in the early summer and to when it started in the late summer. Now that school is out, we have an opportunity to convert the lift station from a dry well to a submersible station. A submersible station is much more desirable by staff because they don't have to do confined space entry to go down to service the pumps. They actually crane the pumps and lift the pumps up to them at the surface. So from a safety perspective, it's a much safer lift station, and all the controls are up top as opposed to 30 feet in the ground where the guys have to climb down to do work on the pumps. The construction costs for this are actually around $1,300 cheaper. However, we did have to have, $1,800 cheaper when we asked the contractor that was awarded the bid to price it out as a submersible station. We do need to do some modifications, though, to the engineering because the original engineering work was done to make it or rehabilitate the dry well station. So that change comes to $11,320, and that's what we're requesting the change order for.
Okay, Mr. Nebo, I have a quick question though, that if this gets approved and you can start on it, it should be done hopefully by the time school starts, correct?
We are hoping, yes.
Okay, okay. Alrighty, hearing no other questions, correct? We have a motion and a second. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Newell.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Motion passed. May I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. May I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Newell.
Aye.
Vice Chairman Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye.
Thank you. We are adjourned.
It's a little warm. This thing doesn't help any. Yeah.
I got a lot of hot air, I guess.
Who doesn't? Okay, I'd like to call the second meeting of the month of order. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Present.
Trustee Arnett.
Present.
Trustee Mills.
Present.
Trustee Newell.
Present.
Trustee Palafis.
Present.
Trustee Stanton.
Present.
Mayor McLeod.
Present. Move on to two, Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Everybody please rise. Trustee Gator, want to lead us on the pledge?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, recognition of the audience. This time anybody wants to come up and speak. This meeting is being telecast on our cable channel live and will be shown throughout the week. And if someone wishes to call in, they can call in at 847-781-2621, 847-781-2621. Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of May 4th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Are there any questions on the minutes? If you no questions, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Chair to accept a motion to approve the minutes of the May 11th, 2020 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. Any questions on these? Seeing none, can you poll the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. The consent agenda, we only have two items, and item A is the approval of the agenda, and I would like to add a executive session on personnel to the one we're having on litigation already. 5 ILCS 120/2C1.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion, a second, to approve the addition. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye. The addition, any after the agenda has been approved. Now, Chair will take a motion to approve the agenda as it's been amended.
So moved.
Is there a
Second.
Motion a second. Any questions on that? Seeing none, can you call the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. And 5B is the request approval of the schedule of bills for May 18, 2020, in the amount of $6,794,208.34. Chair would take a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any questions on this one? Seeing none, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, the bills are approved. Move on to 6, reports. President's report. We have a couple of proclamations. Who's got the first one?
I do. This is Trustee Newell. Office of the Mayor Proclamation. Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of Illinois. And whereas these infrastructure, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees from state and local governments and the private sector who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and the children in the state of Illinois to gain knowledge of and to maintain a progressive interest in the understanding of the importance of public works and public works programs in their respective communities. And whereas the year 2020 marks the 60th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association / Canadian Public Works Association. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by the virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of this village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim the week of May 17th through the 23rd, 2020, as National Public Works Week in the village of Hoffman Estates, and hereby urge all our people to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities, events, and ceremonies designed to pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the substantial contributions they make to protecting our national health, safety, and quality of life.
Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, and we have a second. We certainly do appreciate all that our public works employees do and all the public works employees throughout this great country, and that we all benefit from their efforts. We do have a motion, a second. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We'll get this to you later, Joe. Thank all your people for us. Okay, Safe Boating Week. Chair would accept a motion. Is there a motion?
No, there's no motion. We
No,
have to have,
Oh, who's going to read
proclamation.
yeah.
I was going to read it.
it? Okay. My bad.
Office of the Mayor Proclamation, whereas on average 600 people die each year in boating-related accidents in the United States, and nearly 77% of these fatalities are caused by drowning. And whereas safe boating begins with preparation, the Coast Guard estimates that human error accounts for 70% of all boating accidents, and that life jackets could prevent more than 84% of boating fatalities. And whereas National Safe Boating Week is observed to bring attention to important life-saving tips for recreational boaters so that they can have a safer, more fun experience out on the water throughout the year. And whereas through basic boating safety procedures, carrying life-saving emergency distress and communications equipment, wearing life jackets, attending safe boating courses, participating in free boat safety checks, and staying sober when navigating, we can help ensure boaters on Americans' coastal, inland, and offshore waters stay safe throughout the season. Every boater should wear a U.S. Coast Guard approved life jacket at all times while boating. Be it therefore resolved that William D. McLeod, acting under and by virtue of the authority vested in him by the Constitution of the State of Illinois and the laws of the Village of Hoffman Estates, hereby proclaim May 16th through May 22nd of 2020 as National Safe Boating Week in the Village of Hoffman Estates, and urge all people to support the goals of the North American Safe Boating Campaign during National Safe Boating Week and throughout the year by practicing safe boating habits and wearing a life jacket at all times while on a boat.
Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We do have a motion, a second. Hopefully next year, our friends from Fox Valley Power and Sail will be able to be here in person to receive this. We appreciate all the safety tips and their work to ensure safe boating. We do have a motion, a second. Can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Move on to 6B, trustee comments. Start with trustee Gator.
Don't you want to say anything?
Oh, I should probably say something. You're right, yeah. I do have my report here. We want to remind people again about the census. You still have time to fill those out. This week was pretty much like every other week with all the teleconferences and calls to the White House and the governor's office. And we did have the Northwest Municipal Conference board meeting by telephone last Wednesday night, and that was an exciting meeting. We did swear in 4 firefighters on Thursday, May 14th. And we have once again had our talk with the hospital. They are hanging in there, that's for sure. They're doing a great job. We appreciate all that they do. Now we'll go on to trustee comments. Trustee Gator.
There we go. As far as the only thing that I was doing was the teleconference. The governor, that was a couple times, and the national mayor's conference. And that one is always interesting to hear. Other than that, that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, trustee Stanton.
I've been watching our cases here in Hoffman Estates, and I've been reporting. We're up to 308 as of yesterday in Hoffman Estates. Now, we have 6 deaths apparently as well. We have gone up 5 times the number when I first reported it, which was 65. So that's not a good thing over this period of time. It's only been about, 4 weeks to 6 weeks. So hopefully that comes down. The only other thing to report is that I was able to, on the 14th of May, to sit here at the swearing in of the 4 new firefighters, and that's it.
Okay, trustee Mills.
Thank you. Yeah, pretty much the same old, as we say, Groundhog Week. Listened in on several of the phone conferences, and they're always an interesting topics that come up with the questions. I hope everyone's doing okay after all those heavy rains we received this weekend. Another hand of compliments to our Public Works Department for keeping the town in good shape through all these rains. One other thing, I'd like to just send out congratulations to all our graduating students who have suffered through a much different ending to their school years than they ever anticipated. And I want to wish them well on behalf of all of us and tell them how proud we are of them. And that's it. Just everybody stay safe and healthy out there.
Okay, thanks, trustee Mills. It'll be great to see you again in person one of these days. Move on to trustee Newell.
Okay, pretty much the same like everyone, but I just want to do a shout out. Thank you to the mayor and staff for all that you're doing and listening to all these, teleconferences, everything, keeping us up to date and keeping our village safe and sound. I've been listening to the Mayor Lightfoot weekly updates, which are always interesting as to what is happening and the meetings that they have. And basically, everyone be safe and healthy.
Thank you.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, Trustee Palafis.
Hey, Mayor, thanks. I've also been, attending Governor Pritzker's meetings and Mayor Lightfoot's meetings, and today Congressman Krishnamurthy's meeting. It's interesting, to hear about the data. I'm an IT guy, so I'm a data junkie, and just how people have the different perspectives of the numbers, and how you can pretty much beat them to say anything you want. But also, good fun with all the questions. I felt bad for Congressman Krishnamurthy. I think he got more Governor Pritzker questions than he did federal government questions. But nevertheless, I think he did a good job addressing the things that he wanted to get in front of people. Also have been, talking, a little bit here and there with my emerging tech guys one-on-one, talking about how the world's going to look different post-COVID and how technology is going to help, lead the way in a lot of places. Talking to them about big venue type of issues where, thermal scanning will be a new normal and, looking for people that are infected and whatnot as we congregate closer together, not only inside, but outside. So that's been good having some of those conversations with those folks. Also, been chatting on and off with Trustee Vandenberg, about the Plots concert and seeing how the numbers bend and whatnot, keeping her up to date on things that we discussed at the ad hoc committee last week about, getting some, rough numbers and plans about excavation and mass grading parts of the hills out that we've been talking about for a while now. And that Trustee Gator is passionate about. So I share that, by the way, Mike. I'm not there. You can't see my smiling. Anyway, that's been good. We had that meeting last week, and that went really well. If anybody's interested in some of the details, feel free to drop me a call. Or I call all you guys enough as it is, but I'll give you a chat. Anyway, that and, just, keeping an eye on, folks, here in the neighborhood and trying to, keep everybody in watchful eye of, the mental aspect of this and the psychology around it and isolation for this period of time. Other than that, that's all I have, sir. And congratulations over to Joe and the National Public Works Week. We appreciate all you guys do. See you guys up and down, Winston Drive and over here in the Knolls, and, the trucks are out there talking to the street engineers and everything. So thanks for all you guys do and engineering too.
Thank you. Trustee Arnett.
Thank you. I like to second Trustee Mills' comments about our graduating seniors. Congratulations to all of them, and hope everyone is doing well, and hopefully we'll get to see you guys soon. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. There's one thing sort of related to Joe Nebel I can bring up. The street my son lives on, one of them is being redone, and he's got 6-year-old twin boys, and they are just fascinated watching all the equipment. They're just having the times of their lives. So thank you for arranging the entertainment for them. I know their parents appreciate it. Okay, we'll move on to 6C, Village Manager's Report.
Yes, sir. There's two very interesting things going on right now that could significantly benefit the village financially as we try to track through this COVID pandemic and the future financial and current and future financial impact of it. Those of you that listened to Mayor Lightfoot's call last night probably heard the Senate President talking about the fact that they do not intend, at least he believes that they do not intend to lower the percentages on LGDF, and that's a good thing. With that said, with people in unemployment, the total dollars available for income tax will be less, so we will probably take a hit there. But he also verified a number that we had heard from the Illinois Municipal League, that there's approximately $800 million that was in the CARES Act that came to the state that's supposed to be distributed to cities, villages, and counties under 500,000 population, and that's part of their agenda for this legislative session. So depending on what they do, that could be helpful to us. The other thing is the House of Representatives, the United States House of Representatives, passed the HEROES Act, which contains direct revenue replacement funding for municipalities. They haven't, it hasn't made it through the Senate yet, and it's not expected in its current form to make it through, but at least it's got the ball rolling on starting, and hopefully negotiations will ensue and something good will end up for municipalities. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Move on to 6D, Village Clerk's Report.
No report.
How was Municipal Clerk's Week? It
Wonderful.
was awesome, huh? Good.
Same as every other week when we're not seeing anybody.
We go to 6E, Treasurer's Report.
The village treasurer has prepared his report for the month of March, and it's ready for your review.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on the Treasurer's Report? If not, we will accept it and have it filed. Move on to committee reports. Finance, Trustee Palafis.
Yes, sir. On the evening of June 1st, promptly at 7 p.m., we'll kick off the trio of meetings led by the Finance Committee. We will have a roll call to establish quorum. We will then ask for motions to approve the April 27th meeting and the May 11th special meeting. We have one item under new business at this point, which is a request approval of an ordinance to amend the FY 2019 budget as a result of the completed financial audit and to close out the fiscal year. Then we will move to reports, which are for information only. We have three. The first is the Finance Department Monthly Report. The second is an Information Systems Department Monthly Report. And the third is the Sears Center Monthly Report. Then we will get into item 3, which is the President's Report. We have a line item for other. No items in review at this time, and then we will adjourn.
Thank you. Trustee Public Works and Utilities, Trustee Newell.
Thank you. Immediately following the Finance Committee on June 1st, we will have the Public Works and Utilities Committee. We will have a roll call. We'll have the approval of minutes for the April 27th, 2020 meeting. Also for the May 4th, 2020 special meeting. Under new business at this time, that will be determined. We have nothing. And then under reports, which are for information only, we'll have the Department of Public Works monthly report and also the Department of Development Services monthly engineering report of the Transportation and Engineering Division. If the president has anything else to add, we will have that. Nothing under other or items in review, and we will adjourn.
Thank you. Public Health and Safety, Trustee Gator.
Yes, immediately following Public Works and Utility, the Public Health and Safety Committee will call their meeting to order on June 1st, 2020. We will have a roll call to establish a quorum. And number 2, approval of the minutes of April 27th, 2020. Nothing under new business at this time. Then we have reports for information only. There are 4 items. 1, Police Department Monthly Report. Number 2, Health and Human Services Monthly Report. 3, Emergency Management Coordinator Monthly Report. And 4, Fire Department Monthly Report. Number 3, if the President has anything to report. And we have nothing in other items in review, and then we would adjourn.
Thank you, Trustee Gator. Move on to 7, Planning and Zoning Commission Report.
Yes, Planning and Zoning Commission recommended for approval a request by Randall and Deborah Hanson, owners and applicants, for a variation to zoning code section 9-5-3-D-5 to permit a deck addition to be located 4 feet from the side lot line instead of the minimum required 10 feet for the property at 740 Hillcrest Boulevard with one condition. Vote was 9 ayes, 2 absent.
Chair will accept a motion.
So moved.
Second. Nice to hear your voice, Eva.
Yeah. Came
I'm
from
still
above.
alive.
We do have a motion and a second. Anybody have any questions on this item? Anybody on the phone? Seeing no questions, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We got additional business. 8A is request board approval of an ordinance granting a variation to premises at 740 Hillcrest Boulevard. Chair would accept the motion.
So moved.
Second.
The motion a second. Any questions from anybody on this one? See none, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Move on to 8B, request board approval of an ordinance declaring a local state of emergency in the village of Hoffman Estates. This was heard earlier this evening. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion a second. Any questions on this one? Seeing none, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. 8C, request board approval of a resolution seeking immediate modification to the Restore Illinois plan to reopen businesses and resume civic activity. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
As amended. Second.
We have a motion and a second, noting that they had been amended in committee. Anybody have any questions? Seeing no questions, can you pull the board, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Move down to 8D, request board authorization for change order to the existing 2019 contract with Baxter and Woodman Engineers, Crystal Lake, Illinois, for additional engineering services, rehabilitation of Chippendale Sanitary Sewer Lift Station in an amount not to exceed $11,320. Chair would accept a motion.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion, we have a
Second.
second. Okay, we have motion and a second. Anybody have any questions on this one? Seeing no questions, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. Chair would accept a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purposes of 1, litigation, 5 LCS 120/2C11, and personnel, 1 ILCS 120/2C1. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Seeing no discussion, can you call the roll, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Gator.
Aye.
Trustee Arnett.
Aye.
Trustee Mills.
Aye.
Trustee Newell.
Aye.
Trustee Palafis.
Aye.
Trustee Stanton.
Aye.
Mayor McLeod.
Aye, motion carried. We adjourned into executive session. Does anybody want a short break before we plow into the executive session?